Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to our first show of 2015. Speak Your Mind show, ladies and gentlemen. We're live. We're live tonight. I'm here in the studio, behind the scene. You know how I do it. How I did it all year 2014. So I want to, welcome everybody to a brand new year, 2015. So call your friends, let them know. I know some of you are a bit disappointed we haven't been on for a couple weeks, but you know how we do it. JTV serve the community. They do a lot of stuff in the community, so whenever there's events going on, they're big sponsors and people always want to have media coverage, good media coverage, and that's what JTV does. So whenever you don't see us, it's because we're covering something else equally important. But we're live tonight. You can see the sign right in your corner of your screen. Live, so call your friends, call your neighbors. Let them know that the Speak Your Mind show is on. This is a show that you guys like, you love, you enjoy. You're happy that it's on because it's one of the only shows on TV that you're able to get real answers sometimes, most of the time, to your questions and your solutions or your concerns. So I'm here tonight. I'm here tonight to continue where I left off from 2014. So what I want to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to close out 2014. I wasn't able to do that. So I want to do that tonight. And while we're closing out 2014, I want to open up 2015. And when I say close out 2014, I mean let's do it together. Let's reflect a little bit on what 2014 was like, so we can move forward with some more positive movement. That's what I want to do. I want to reflect because, last year, 2014, ladies and gentlemen, it felt like there was something over the whole territory that was holding us back. It was stress. I mean, there was a lot of things happening. People were, and still are, struggling. You're not getting a whole lot of answers from the policymakers or the people who are responsible for helping to make things better. So we want to reflect on some of that. Open it up. Tell me how you feel about 2014, what you are glad about that you don't have to deal with it anymore. And now let's look at what we could do together to move forward in 2015. So that's what I want to do. I want to reflect. I want to look at how we can move forward in 2015. And I want to share some ideas and some comments with you tonight. Because I tell you, there was so much, ladies and gentlemen, that I wanted to jump on last year, and I didn't get a chance to jump on them. But you know what? The way things work here is that they'll never end. They're going to continue. It's like a cycle. Here, you see a big news or a big event or some big issue, and you think it's over because we have enough smart people to deal with the situation and deal with it right. No. It doesn't end. It continues. So there's going to be a lot of other opportunities. But there's a few comments I want to make about a few things that I think are important to move forward. We're going to hit you up on those comments. And then when we come back, we're going to come back and I'm going to open it wide open to you, again, to do some reflection and then to move forward with 2015. So the first comment I want to make is, a lot of people said to me last year, boy, them shows y'all do, the Speak Your Mind show, what's the sense of complaining? We ain't getting nothing done. Nothing ain't happening. The people who are responsible ain't doing nothing. They ain't listening to us. They don't care. What's the sense of having these shows? How important are the shows? That's what people used to ask me and say to me, all last year. Even just last week, in this new year, somebody said that to me. Oh, man, it's a waste of time. Them shows are a waste of time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you. I'm talking about you who sometimes realize that through advocacy, through lobbying, through complaining, through making your voice be heard, changes do come. And they have to. They have to come. And I'll tell you what, to all the critics who say we don't get nothing done, you're wrong. Stop, look back, look at the records, look at what's been done, look at what was said, look at what people were complaining about, and see for yourself that in several of those areas, changes were made. Now, I'm not saying they were all made for the best. I'm telling you they were made, though. That's because people were vigilant. They made a loud enough noise. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something. If you really, really, really want to see things done and see changes made, this is the right time. Believe you me, it's an election year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to run all the way up to the last. Trust me. Don't mind nobody talk about snap election. The government ain't so foolish. The people that advise them up in Washington, D.C. and all these other places, trust me, they ain't going to call no quick election. It's not smart politics. There's too much things left undone. Listen to me carefully. There's too much uncertainties. There's too much doubts in people's mind. And to call anything quick before you finish it, it means that it's not going to be good. And people going to criticize it. So, if you want to have change and effect change, now is the time, especially to call this show. Now is the time. When I say now, I mean for the duration of this year. Get together, have one voice on a particular problem, a subject, and I guarantee you, you're going to see some changes. These changes going to be more sudden. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. Because the people who you might be complaining about going to have to make the change to affect your opinion. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. That's what politics is all about. They have to do that. If they don't do it, they know they run the risk of losing another election. They don't want to do that. These people want to win. And even the people who want to get in know that they have to try to do their best to show the best face, to have the best conversation, to try to show some type of positive movement within themselves to affect themselves to make sure that they could win the next election. So, don't mind nobody. If you're one of those doubters who said changes, we didn't get any changes, you're wrong. Stop, drop, reflect, look back, and now look at where you are. I could give you several examples of where changes came as a result of advocacy. If you don't advocate for change, you ain't gonna get change. If you don't make your voice heard, nobody gonna hear you. You can't scream in the closet and close all the doors and then no air gets in. Because if nothing get in, nothing can get out. Don't suffer in silence, ladies and gentlemen. Don't mind nobody with the talk. You got to make your voice be heard, otherwise you ain't get nothing done. And I'll show you a good example. I'm going to bring this up. Just today, there was another thing about, the taxi guys over at the cruise pier, don't have any place to park. It's a major problem. The system know. The government know. The Port Authority know. They're the one who created the situation. They know. But because nobody was making any noise, because the security officers over at the complex weren't making any noise yet about them being blocked, and as one officer told me, we're rude and disrespecting the premier and blocking the premier from getting to work. Had we blocked the premier earlier, had we blocked the deputy premier earlier, had we blocked the minister for communication earlier from getting to work, we would have seen changes quicker. But because we're a civilized society, we don't protest. We don't make enough noise. So therefore, changes take longer. You want to affect change, ladies and gentlemen? Make some noise. And make some good noise. Trust me, you're going to see the changes, especially this year. This year. One comment. My next comment is this. Just recently, I had a conversation with a politician. I ain't telling you if they're in government or they're in opposition. And one of them said to me, this person said to me, sometimes when they watch this show and they listen to you who are complaining and they listen to me who are responding to your complaint, sometimes they're upset with me because they feel like I am not guiding you properly. I am not giving you enough proper information. The correct information is the word they use. They said sometimes we mislead people. That's what the critics say, that we mislead people. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this show for 3 years. This is going to be my 4th year. Moving strong. I never thought I would be here 4 years later talking about this. For 3 years, I advocate and push, even after each show, to get the people who are responsible to come on the shows whenever they hear anything that they believe to be misleading or misrepresenting the facts. You know what? All of them play this silent game, this political game. Opposition, government, past opposition. They play this game. Why are they playing the game? Because maybe what people are saying is true. If it ain't true, represent the information. So going forward, 2015, I am saying and I am challenging, whether you're on government, you work for government, you're a civil servant, you work in places where you have access to the proper information. If you believe that anything is said on this show that is misrepresenting the facts, especially when I'm saying it, I challenge you. This show is open to you and anybody else. If you're too afraid to come on the show, send me an email, send me a WhatsApp, send me the information so I could correct myself and I could correct the person who are calling about the situation. If you believe that we misrepresent the facts, I ain't worrying about what Courtney might say. I'm talking about me. You address me. If you think that I'm misrepresenting anything on this show, please come on the show. I know some of you going to come because of political year. You want to come and start pretending like you were all along with us. You're welcome as well. I welcome anybody. But I'm telling you right now, especially who running, I ain't holding back. Don't come on this show and think you're going to put anything over my face. I remember a lot of things. I have things in my phone documented for 4, 5 years now, running. I got the articles, I pull them up, I'm going to read them, I'm going to refresh my memory, and trust me, I'm going to challenge you. If you think you're going to come on here because it's politics and a political running here, and we're going to just sit down and lay down and believe everything you say, I welcome it. So again, listen to what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. I am speaking directly to them in government. I am speaking to those who are running for office. I'm speaking to those who are in opposition. I'm speaking to anybody who out there who meet me on the street every day trying to challenge me on any particular opinion or point. That's what it's about. If you're going to challenge, then come with something that could correct the information. So we, or me, could share it with the people who are out there who want the correct information, who want guidance. Bring it. That's what we're about. You say we're not running a secret society community. We're a transparent community. Well, transparency calls for freedom of information. Where's the freedom of information where we can just go and access it without having to go through so much red tape? Put it on the table. Stop hiding. You're the one misrepresenting the facts, the person I'm talking to, who was talking to me, because you don't put nothing on the table. You hide behind the scene and then tell us that we are misrepresenting the facts. Well, where are the facts? Put it on the table. Stop hiding. You're representing people. Stop hiding the information. If you put something on the table and it's supposed to benefit people, people should have access to it. If you ain't doing that, then you are the deceiver. So ladies and gentlemen, I put it out there. Let's reflect. 2014, we didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to close out 2014. Before, I wanted to burn down this station, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to burn it down. And then 2015, I wanted to build it back. I didn't get a chance to do that. But I want us to reflect. Let's look back a little bit. Anything that you want to talk about that you thought last year was a bit of a cloud over your head, let's throw it out there. Anything that you believe should happen in 2015 to make things better for all of us, let's do it. Again, I'm telling you, this is the time to advocate for change. If you don't advocate for change, ain't none gonna happen. If you don't put a voice out to the problem, nobody gonna hear it. They see it, they hear it, they know it's there. But guess what? Because you ain't saying nothing, it seems like it's acceptable. You accepting it. Don't accept it. If you know it's wrong, pull them up. Let's deal with it. Let's get it corrected, whatever it is. So what we're going to do, we're going to go take a little break. When we come back from the break, ladies and gentlemen, I can open up the phone line. My boy Courtney is in studio. I don't know what he's going to talk about. I don't know if he's going to stay on the same streamline as me, but it's out there. You got some good things you want to reflect on. Let's do it. If he has something he want to bring to the table, he's going to drop it like it's hot. It's 2015. It's an election year. Now is the time to let your voice be heard. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
What kind of party this?
Them to bring the music.
Seriously?
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from party disasters. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Hi there, welcome to Botanic Service Station, your #1 Soul gas fill-ups in the British Virgin Islands. Try our delicious hot wings or pizza with your favorite toppings, made fresh every day. Try it, I know you will love it.
Need a cold drink? We have the widest variety, the cheapest and coldest in town.
Just a friendly reminder, we have a wide range of vehicle maintenance products.
Oils, coolant, batteries, air fresheners, and our #1 product, Soul Gas. The best gasoline that will take you further and keep your engine running cleaner. Do you love to cook? We have your LPG right here for your convenience. Open from 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Chances are you'll be stopping by the Botanic Service Station today. So just grab a cold drink while you're there.
Hi, my name is Clarence Faulkner of PMI Capital Services, placement agent for the Tortola Pier Park investment offering. A Ponzi scheme is an investment structure that involves the payment of purported returns to existing investors from funds contributed by new investors. For example, if Jack gets Mary to invest some money, then solicits Susan to invest, Jack will use the money that Susan invested to pay Mary. But what happens is, Jack will have to keep getting more and more new investors to help pay the ones he already has involved. This is why we call this a scheme or a scam, as there is no underlying revenue-generating asset. Tortola Pier Park public offering is in no way a Ponzi scheme, but a valid investment structure where the public has the opportunity to invest in real assets. In this case, the Pier Park. The earnings generated from the Pier Park is what will in turn pay investors an annual dividend, and at the end of their respective term, the return of their initial investment. There are 3 categories of preference shares, those being Class A, Class B, and Class C. The public can choose to invest a minimum of $5,000 in Class A shares for a period of 7 years at a dividend rate of 5.75%, or Class B shares for 10 years at a rate of 6.75%, and lastly, Class C shares for a period of 15 years at a rate of 8.45%. For additional information about the public offering, call PMI Capital Services at 494-4484 or email us at peerpark@pmipensions.com.
Pineapple, orange and apple, peach, Roselia, grape, make and dance, passion, tangerine from the Caribbean, passion fruit and iced tea.
Turbo Plus, the refreshing family drink with the revved up fruit flavor.
New flavors now available: mango, pineapple ginger, and soursop. Turbo Plus is distributed in the Virgin Islands by Tortola General Services.
Police have gone right at the last left turn, you know.
Reggie, the directions I got to go straight.
Oh, you go and tell me about them stupid directions when the map is right here.
Let me see the map. Let me see the map, man.
So now you want to see the map?
Give me the map, man.
Alright.
No, we passed there so already.
Oh.
Make a right, go 100 meters, and that's the destination.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from getting lost. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
All right, guys, welcome back again. First show 2015. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody out there. I hope that this year is a successful, rewarding year for you. I hope the economy of the British Virgin Islands and the world improves. I hope that all of our lives improve dramatically. I hope that things get better here in the territory. I hope we all can live together more peacefully and in harmony. So welcome back. Courtney, welcome back. Brand new show, 2015.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Welcome to you as well.
That's right.
I hope we have a good year, 2015.
Well, I'm optimistic.
And to all of viewers out there, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Great to be here.
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone line open up. If you want to call, send a text. You know, let's try to make some phone calls. Let's make some noise this year, man. Mm-hmm. This is a year to make some noise. Trust me. I'm telling you, this is a year where they are listening. They've been listening, you know. They record these shows. When they can't record them, they go back to the website and they pull the information from there and they hear you. Trust me, I meet them every day almost in the street, in the little corners, at the bars, and there's always some conversation about what people are saying. And they're listening. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I'm challenging any of you. If you believe you haven't seen any changes as a result of we advocating for those changes on this show or any other show, I'm telling you, I'm challenging you. I could show you documented information where changes were made as a result of us advocating. So you got to do it. Make your voice, let it be heard. Be big about it. Don't hide. I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Just recently, I listened to Brother Christian, Archie Christian in the house, the Let's Go. And he was talking about a newspaper article that he saw. He read. He said he picked up the newspaper, the Beacon newspaper. We could call the name because it's public record. He said one of the reporters in that newspaper wrote about a situation where they were either asked or kicked off of a beach in Virgin Gorda. This person, and I know who the person is. I know the story is real. This person and his wife and his baby or kids was sitting and relaxing and enjoying a day off. No. Here's what I'm saying, and I'm not criticizing Brother Christian. I'm simply highlighting hypocrisy, and I'm highlighting, and I'm also going to commend him. So let me commend him first for bringing the awareness that people are having a tough time in the country in which they live. They're having a tough time because we have laws on our books. We welcome our investors. We welcome folks to our shores. but we discriminate against our own people for what? So this gentleman, who's a reporter, wrote that he was asked or kicked off a beach that's supposed to be public. Brother Christian read the article, and he found it fit at that time to bring it to you and us, all of us together, because I listened to Let's Go, I hope you listen to it too, that it was wrong, and there's laws that protect that person, and we should do something about it. So, Brother Christian, you're the government. Do something about it. Do something about it. And I'll tell you why you should do something about it. I find it, and this is a hypocrisy, ladies and gentlemen. I've been on this show 3 years, and we've had a series of shows about that same type of situation with this color, black people being kicked off a beach. Edmund Maduro, who used to be on this show, I heard him with my own ears, talking directly to the government through one of his other shows about the situation at Smuggler's Cove. I brought the situation here to this show about my situation at Scrub Island. Several people brought situation, local people, about what happened in Virgin Gorda to them. But Brother Christian found it fit to talk about this person from the Beacon newspaper who happened to be a white person. I ain't bringing color in it. I'm simply stating the facts. He is a white person, and it was important now for Brother Christian to bring it to the House of Assembly. Good. Now we know there's a problem in the country. Nobody can go to Virgin Gorda in no kind of meeting and say they didn't know. They weren't aware. It was brought to us by a politician. Do something about it. If we are inviting investors into our country and there's no clear understanding that an investor invests in the country and the people, if you're not willing to come and share what's here with us, then please don't sign on the dotted line with them. That means they're not good fit for the territory. They're not good fit for the country. They're not good fit for the people. Do something about it. Stop going in the House of Assembly and saying about the problems when you are the government that could make the difference. So ladies and gentlemen, we even have politicians complaining, making their voice heard in the House of Assembly. I didn't say it, I listened to it, I heard them for myself. And I guarantee you, something is probably being done about it. How do you get change? You get change by advocating for change. Big up to people in Virgin Gorda. I need some roll call. Virgin Gorda, check in. I hear you, I see you. You guys, hey, I love Virgin Gorda. Anegada Lobster Fest is gone. I know you guys are still sleeping over there. Big up yourself. Give us a shout out. Jocelyn Dyke, you had one of the biggest parties in the Caribbean. Y'all should be like floating on money over there right now. I know the tourism gone, and a lot of boats were there, but you should be doing well right now. Jocelyn Dyke does well anyway. Tons of boats go over there. So, Courtney, I know you come in on this. Just before I give it over to Courtney, because I fire hot tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I am speaking directly to the government, and I got to start the complaining. Minister for Natural Resources and Labor, Brother Kedrick Pickering, I'm calling you out by name. For 3 years now, the people of Jocelyn Dyke is having a problem with boaters coming from St. John and St. Thomas every day. They're coming into the harbor, they're throwing the anchor up on shore, and people are bursting their toes, cutting their feet. It's a dangerous situation. We have land-based tourists who can't swim because the boats are so much at some days that people have to swim between boats just to enjoy a nice day out. I ain't just talking about us locals now. I'm talking about some of the people who don't have a boat, who come and spend big money to enjoy our shows. I am speaking to the Minister for Natural Resources and Labor, Dr. Kedrick Pickering. This is your responsibility. I sent you letters before. I'm doing it now publicly on air. The people of Jocelyn Dyke would like you to please address the situation, and they have a solution. They need a buoy, a line, the same thing that you probably allowed to happen up at Oil Nut Bay. They are asking that you put some type of protective barrier, a dedicated swim area so boats cannot come that close to shore. This is the country that many of us enjoy. It is for all of us. We don't want to have special privilege anymore because you're a billionaire or spending $600 million. We don't want to hear that anymore. We're asking for equality. Dr. Pickering, you know who I'm saying. Please, do your job. Get out there. The government said they have a new budget of $300 million. $311 million. That's a huge jump from 2 years ago when it was 280 plus million. That means you have more than enough money to pay for the anchorage, the buoys, the lines, the hook, whatever needs to go down and deal with this situation. 99% of the businesses on White Bay belongs to locals. People who vote. Stop treating them like second-class citizens in their country. You have made it possible to protect the sharks. You made it possible to protect the stingrays. And none of that came to the people. It's a good idea. Here's a better idea. Protect human life. Protect human life the same way that you go and have special meetings to protect the sharks and stingrays. Ladies and gentlemen, I am fired up tonight. I am asking the government, Dr. Smith, the leader of the government, to when you go to cabinet, do your job. Protect human lives. We start with Jocelyn Dyke. We need something done in Smuggler's Cove as well, but we're going to start with Jocelyn Dyke. The people of Jocelyn Dyke asked me to deliver that message, Dr. Pickering. They're asking for you to protect human life. The same way, in the same manner that you protect the sharks and the stingrays. Human life. And also, while I'm on it, Courtney, I'll let you in a minute. While I'm on it, Dr. Smith, I haven't had a chance to read the law for the protection of the stingrays and the sharks. I'm only hoping that within that law, there's also a provision that protects somebody in the case that they might have to kill a shark that might be trying to kill them. You understand what I'm saying? I am hoping, I am praying. I would love to get a copy of it. If any of you out there that have a copy of it, please email it to me, because everything is a secret. I don't know where to find it. You got to run around every government department to get something that should be public knowledge. Maybe it's in the Gazette. I'll take a look. But Dr. Pickett, here's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I'm hoping that within the law, there's some type of clause, something that say, you're not allowed to kill sharks or harvest them or do whatever the law say. You're not allowed to kill stingrays. But in the event that your life is in jeopardy, you find yourself being attacked by a shark, that you can defend yourself without penalty. Courtney, you got anything to add to it?
Yeah. We got a text that came in here from someone who said, good evening. We need the powers that be to please do something for the seniors at the Virgin Gorda Center. The building needs some serious look at. It is not a healthy place for our seniors. Come and take a look. We need help.
Now, I'm wondering, Courtney, if that's the same location I've been to.
Probably.
That little building where my good friend, he's a musician.
Right next to where Public Works used to be.
The same spot.
It's the same spot.
That brother over there, he's a sharp dude. And you know what? Them people in Virgin Gorda, y'all people over there, y'all work good, man. Y'all work hard. Keep pushing for change, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't push for it, you ain't gonna get it. So, politicians, government, you have a $311 million budget. I'm going to keep reminding you every day that I'm on this show. That means you had an increase in your budget, because it used to be 280 plus million. And from what I've read, your budget or your expenditures is pretty much the same almost every year. So if you had an increase in revenue, that means you had an increase of extra money. Stop playing games with people. The center in Virgin Gorda needs some attention. The people are asking for your help. Get over there. Mr. Ralph O'Neill, you is a representative of Virgin Gorda. You've been sleeping for 3 years, Mr. O'Neill. Now is the time to make some noise. If you are not running anymore, you have nothing to lose. Mr. O'Neill, you heard what I just said? If you are not running, and even if you are running, now is the time to advocate. Leave with a legacy going down fighting for the people of Virgin Gorda. Because the people them say you haven't been doing much. 3 years, this is the 4th year. I finally see you start making some noise, Mr. O'Neill. I am on everybody. I ain't just government, I ain't just opposition. Mr. O'Neill, you're a representative of the 9th District. And if you plan to put anybody up in your position and hope that the people will trust you enough to vote for that person, if you wasn't the one running, then you better start making some noise now. Advocate for those changes. I hear you, but I ain't hearing you loud enough. Courtney, what else you got? Any more texts?
No, that's it. That's
Okay,
it for
good.
right
Ladies
now.
and gentlemen, hit us up. Tonight is the first show this year. I want to hear people's voices. I want to hear your voice tonight. We're going to call them out this year. This is an election year, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, trust me on this. If you want to affect change, whatever the changes are, and I don't think I'm saying anything crazy. I mean, these are simple problems that goes on. It's been going on for a while now. Josephine Dyke have a big flow of people coming in there. You got locals, you got local tourists, you got overnight guests that are enjoying the same facility as a daytime visitors. The daytime visitors, most of them come on charter boats, private boats, small boat, power boat, day sail. It's unfair. They can't do it in the U.S. Virgin Islands. They cannot. You can't go to any public area and just throw your anchor up on the sand like that. And why are people got to be begging? Dr. Smith, Dr. Pickering, Dr. Kedrick, why are people got to be begging you? For 3 years, don't say you didn't know. You know. I spoke to you myself. I've been in meetings right here. You tell people that you're going to address Smuggler's Cove after you don't address Oil Nut Bay. And up to this day, the people of Josephine Dyke are still suffering. Why? Voters. And then you're going to take somebody to go try to defeat the representative and tell them people in Josephine Dyke that you're looking out for their best interest, and they got to be begging you for 3 years to put a line so people can swim properly, so they don't run the risk of getting chopped up by a engine propeller, so they don't run the risk of having a leisure walk on the sand and not noticing there's an anchor in the sand, busting up their foot. And no, we don't even have proper emergency situation in Josephine Dyke. In case of emergency, nobody can get out there in a rush. Come, Dr. Smith. Come, Dr. Pickering. This is your area. The same way that you protect, the same way that you protect the sharks, the same way that you protect the stingrays, the same tenacity that you use, the same energy, the same conservative meetings that you had. Have those meetings and do what's right by the people of Josephine Dyke. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back.
Place spaghetti in boiling water, add tomatoes, sweet peppers, and onion, and presto, you have spaghetti marinara.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from last-minute dinner dilemmas. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Alls Marine Air Conditioning and Refrigeration specialize in servicing and repairing units such as Daikin, Marine Air Tech, Mitsubishi, TGM, York, Anytime that you call, we can install. We also work on commercial and residential units in houses, boats, cars, and company buildings. If you even need some cool breeze for your doghouse or horse stable, we will not hesitate. We are always able. No job is too big or too small for Al's Marine Limited. For our home and restaurant customers, we also service and install all your appliances such as ovens, stoves, washers, dryers, refrigerators, and freezers. You can contact us at 494-4529 or 340-3791 or email us alsmarine@surfbvi.com. Alsmarine is located in Purcell Estate Road, Town, Tortola. Alsmarine Limited, your number one choice.
Why choose an SPV? The SPV allows for investment activity to take place without putting the whole firm at risk, protecting both the BVI Ports Authority and the government of the Virgin Islands. So now that you know, don't just spend this holiday season, make a long-term investment. For further information or to find out how to invest in Tortola Pier Park, call PMI Capital Services at 494-4484 today.
Tired of your home looking dull and boring? Looking for a new, different look for your home? Come, check out our new addition at Blinds & Things BVI Home Goods. We carry exquisite items for the bedroom, beautiful comforters, flat-free pillows, deep pocket sheets in a rainbow of colors, bathroom, no-slip and non-stick rugs, shower curtains, and the hooks to carry. Choose a wide variety of dishes to brighten up the kitchen for the holidays to come. Don't forget our exquisite pieces for the living room, from tall to short vases. Decorate your house with unique pieces from Blinds & Things BVI Home Goods. Visit our showroom located in Skelton Bay Lot, Fish Bay, and you can contact us by email at blindsvi@hotmail.com or call us 284-494-1331.
Many people don't even know that they have cabin filters in their vehicles, and most others aren't aware of the health benefits of maintaining your vehicle's cabin filter. Dirty or clogged cabin filter can cause musty odors in your vehicle and cause contaminants to become more concentrated in the cabin that passengers actually breathe more fumes and particles. The cabin filter helps trap pollen, bacteria, dust, and exhaust gas that may find their way into your vehicle's air conditioning, heating, and ventilation system. The filter also prevents leaves, bugs, and other debris from entering the HVAC system. Change your cabin filter. It's a simple preventive maintenance step that goes a long way forward to protecting you and your passengers, as well as your vehicle heating, ventilating, and air conditioning HVAC system. Breathe easy, Virgin Islands, and get your cabin filter replaced today. Visit One Stop Auto at the R&R Malone Complex at Parkwood Pond, or call us at 495-2886.
What kind of party this?
Them they bring the music.
Seriously?
Nothing no bother we, 'cause we stress-free.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from party disasters. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, listen, thank you so much for the texts. We have a lot of them. In some good, some bad, some offensive, some defensive, some all kind of ways. But I'm going to hit two real quick. First one, you is the small mind person about racism. Racism exists, whether you want to admit it or not. But nobody said anything about racism Nobody's making anything about racism. I'm simply saying to you and the people you represent, the people of Jos Van Dyke, and they are black and white, are asking for protection. They've been asking for a number of years, not just the last 3, but for a number of years. But I can't be concerned about people who were in power 4 years ago when they can't make any difference. I am concerned about the people who are in power now. Do something about your job if you are one of them. And you who call about budget, who you telling? You're a brainwashed person. Who you talking to about budget? What budget you talking about? Go look at the government spending and see how much money is being spent on projects that weren't budgeted for. Tell that to somebody who just woke up, a little 5-year-old child. $11 million more or $20 million more, $25 million more. Boss, if the government wants to make a difference, they'll find a way to do it. If they had concerns about the people for these areas and they really needed to budget, they would have done it. Anyway, keep sending your texts. We welcome all of them. And call. Don't feel afraid. Don't be afraid. Call and share your concern. Those texts, if you can represent that with your voice, you're a true patriot. But you're not a patriot. You're running and hiding behind a text. Call and let everybody know where you stand. Let's have the conversation, ladies and gentlemen. It's healthy. It's healthy because when you advocate what you're advocating and whoever you're advocating for, people know where you stand and they know where they stand. And that's how you get real change. But you're afraid. You're afraid. Yes, you're afraid. Pick up the phone. Call. Pick up the phone and tell us what you got to say. Tell us, educate us about budgets. Educate us about spending. Educate us about what the VIP didn't do. We know there's a lot they didn't do. There's a lot the NDP will never be able to do. But at the same time, what is important is what we are asking for. We're asking to protect our people and when they go swim. The people in Jos Van Dyke are voters. They're voters, ladies and gentlemen. They're people who make the difference in the lives of any politician who go down there. Who go down there and sell all kind of fancy story. And the fancy stories are coming. You know they're coming. You're going to be part of that. You probably work on some campaign. So I'm going to help your campaign. But I tell you, you're going to have to put the information out. Hit us up, Courtney. What else you got there? Any other text you want to talk about? We got a lot of them. We got a lot of them.
It's a good night, gentlemen. Happy New Year. I'm liking the show. Oh, we got a text that came in. Looks like. Yeah, good evening. You've reached Speak Your Mind. Go right ahead, please.
Good evening, gentlemen. A blessed one for both of you all.
All right. The
same to you.
The same to you, my brother.
Happy 2015.
To you.
Yeah, thank you, my man, Sam.
I'm here live and direct.
When we speak about Jos Van Dyke and Virgin Gorda and the Yard and those places, they all have somebody representing them.
Yes.
I feel that these people should be going through the minister that's in charge of them. Let the minister of them come out and defend. I know what you're doing is awesome. I ain't saying change anything, but the system, they have people representing them, Sam.
Okay, Carla. Carla, I want to hit your point one by one, because I don't want you to hang up.
Yeah.
We have each area, and I want to reflect your memory. The government said recently, 2 years ago, when one of the representatives, Alvin Christopher, asked about budget and money for his district, and how he wasn't given any money to do anything. Somebody from the government side said that money shared among 13 representatives, and all of them represent the territory. I hear what you're saying, but listen to what I'm saying. I don't want to hear no more smoke screen. Don't put nothing over my head. There's 13 people that are more important than anybody else on any island. And they are fully aware of the problems and situation in each one of these islands. It's been 3 years people are advocating for some advocacy in Jos Van Dyke. 3. There have been a series of meetings in Virgin Gorda where the people themselves asked the representative, the government, to make or address certain situations. how much more do people need to continue to represent what they're asking for?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Let me respond to you.
Take your time.
Let me respond, sir.
Take your time.
Those 3 islands, right? Representatives have been dominating those 3 districts, those 3 islands, sorry. Dominating them for years. So maybe it's time for a change, brother. Maybe it's time for a change. What do you think? What do you think about that?
What kind of change are we talking about? Because
It could be representative. It could be time. Maybe stand up, look at your passion. Look at your passion, sir. Look at your passion. Come on now.
so let me help you out. So Virgin Gorda got 5 representatives. 1 is the opposition, 4 is government. Antigua got 5 representatives. 1 is opposition, 4 is government. Just Van Dyke got 5 representatives. 1 is opposition, 4 is government. What are you telling me now? They need a what? They gotta change. They got 4 representatives that each one, according to them, each one get money. They are representatives themselves. So it's 4 to 1. What are you telling me now? They see each one of them islands need to change, they gotta change. But the change ain't doing nothing.
All I'm saying to you is maybe there should be a change. That's all I'm saying to you, okay? But
Okay.
great job. And I love you. Great job. And what you do is awesome. And we'll do that some more.
I love you too, brother. Schoolmate, thank you for calling.
All right.
Change? They got change. There's 4 government representatives, 4 at-large representatives for each district.
Sam, I got another text here.
Hit me up.
It said, if you welcome a text, you would not be so biased. Through your show was Speak Your Mind and not Speak Sam's Mind.
Brother, speak your mind, you ain't speaking your mind. You're writing your mind, you ain't speaking
Anyway,
it.
another text came in. I am loving this show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we seem like we have a call. Let's go to the call. Good evening, you've reached Speak Your Mind. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Sam is talking about change. We need a change. I think we need to look at fundamentally local government. If you can't get what you need from your central government and your representatives are not delivering anything you need, then you need to consider delivering for yourself, running your own district, looking for source of recurring revenue, and of course government would still be committed to whatever budget that they think you should have. But I think everything we need a fundamental, in my personal opinion, reform of the entire government.
Okay, hold that point because I want to hit your point one by one. I don't want you to hang up. I agree with you. You said it last. Reforming the government. Now we know that's not going to happen anytime soon because that's all a UK talk again. UK have to approve it. We'll never get rid of the Westminster system. But I'm going to say this. In the district that you live in, because I think I recognize the call, you have a very active representative who have the support of the Minister for Communication and Work, the Minister for Education, and the Minister for Natural Resources and Labor, because you have seen a number of initiatives. And all of them came under a ministry, not necessarily under him, because they didn't give him any money, per se, to do exactly what you're saying. So, unless the system is reformed, unless the entire system is changed, where each person must be given a specific budget, and then they have the opportunity to do things with that budget, we'll never go anywhere with that.
Well, Sam, that's what I'm saying. Now, suppose our particular representative wasn't part of the current government. You think we would have had as much work done in this area as we have done?
Carla, you would have been out in the cold.
Done is central government work. It's not a lot of local work. The big projects up there are national projects.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to find a way, even if you can't go to the local government, you need to find a way where the bigger district can find ways to collect revenues and take care of local problems and not waiting for central government, whether he likes me, he don't like me, whether I'm not part of his government. We have to find a way to help ourselves.
But Carla, and share something with you.
Yeah.
The minister for the 7th district, Dr. Pickering, when he was in opposition, he got a number of things done. Because the government at the time, the VIP government, under Ralph O'Neill, Mr. O'Neill, gave him funding. So he was able to have some things done. He got some things done. And it was part of his portfolio. What you're saying is I totally agree with you. But again, it all comes down to the fact that we run a system where, like one representative said, Alvin Christopher, Mr. Christopher, said, it's a guerrilla. It's a guerrilla. It's a jungle out here. He said we're playing this guerrilla politics because you have several districts that are being managed or supposed to be managed by an opposition. But there's still 4 representatives who are all at large, including the Minister of Finance, the Premier himself, who no matter what should be talking and looking out for people in each district and making sure that they are being taken care of. But because of the type of politics we are playing in this country, you won't get that.
But Sam, the kind of monies these people have, you're saying we have representatives, but you're not telling me what kind of monies they have to allocate to the districts.
They got a lot.
Remember, they represent 13 districts.
They got a lot of money. The money that's allocated to each representative is in the budget. It's there.
But give me a number. You say it's a lot. I want to know. Give me a number.
I'll look at the budget. I'll look at the budget and I'll tell you exactly what each district or each person got last year.
Next show. Next show, we're going to bring all those numbers.
I don't want to give you any fake information because I had a politician tell me we're giving people wrong information. So I'm going to call the politician them. I'm going to call the government and I'm going to ask them specifically how much money was allocated per representative for the entire government, opposition and government, for last year. And I'll get you that information next week.
Okay, fine. Sam, I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. I'm voting for whoever could fix water and electricity.
You can't, it ain't going to fix it. I'm sorry.
That's a good thought. That's a good thought, caller. That's a very good thought.
I'm sorry.
One of the texts that came in, which we didn't talk about, is the power outages. And we're having a lot of power outages. And one of the key things with the power outages is the fact that we seem to not want to change the legislation that says that only the electricity corporation can produce electricity.
That's right, Courtney.
And if we continue along that road, we're going to buy bigger and bigger engines and pay more and more money.
And I wanted to tell the caller the only real change, and I'm going to add to what you just said, Courtney, the only real change you're going to have in electricity, the supply of electricity, is to allow people, businesses and others, to come up with their own ideas, whether it's solar, whether it's wind, and allow them, alternative energy, allow them to do that. Yeah. It would be a reduction on the burden of BVI Electricity Corporation. Go speak your mind.
Good evening, Jan. Speak your mind. Go ahead, please.
Good night. How are you doing, Courtney?
I'm doing fine, my brother. How are you?
Hey, good. I couldn't stay over on Joe's, but next in here, so I'm rooting for us for the swim area.
Who's this from Joe's swim day?
This is the man himself.
How the taxi sign them looking?
They're looking nice.
That's what I'm talking about. Send back the one to me, what broker will deal with that.
I gonna help tell you, officer, government man, whoever, we need to get them swim area put in, man.
Yeah.
And I think for this new year, we should change that name and keep it meeting. Because too much meeting ain't good for you, and we ain't getting no good results from meeting. Let's say we got vetting.
So, Carla, I interrupt you for a minute. I want to make that point clear. You're saying because somebody called and say there's representatives and they should be advocating, blah, 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 they love my passion, but you're saying that you have had a number of meetings with the people that can make the difference and you want to change that meeting concept because nothing ain't getting done.
No more meeting, we got vetting. Listen, endless time. Government pay to send flags, mass for tourists, board, the whole entourage.
pay big money to come out here, just by nights and boat and lunch and rent place, go buy taxis, keep meeting, and we tell them about this swim area. They say they're going to do it. Nothing ever come out of meeting. You know, when you keep going to meeting, and nothing come out of meeting, it don't make you feel like going back to meeting.
Yeah.
And I noticed the more into with the Caucasian and the expatriate going down to Tobago to protect the birds.
Okay.
They protecting the good. They're protecting the birds so they kill the good. They're more into that than they're into the swim area, like you say, to protect the human being. So
Oh, wait. I don't want you to turn this into a race thing. But what you saying, you're adding to what I said earlier. And this is not about race. This is about the protection of human beings. And there's black people, white people, Chinese people, Filipino people that go to White Bay Beach and use the beach. And they are having a hard time enjoying a leisure day out because other people coming in, black people, white people, local people, in their boats, anchoring their boat up on shore, prohibiting people from enjoying the day, and it's a dangerous situation. That's what you're saying?
yes, sir.
Okay.
I own a hotel in Jos Van Dyke.
Okay, no
and
problem.
I pay in from this beach and my guests every day.
Every day your guests complaining about the same situation.
Can't swim on the beach.
From your hotel.
No flax mask, no. She had a meeting there. She said when she go back, she go and tell them. And it's simple as a rope, some buoy.
Simple as that.
Spot where the boats go come into the beach. You leave a spot where the people go swim.
That's all.
Everybody happy.
That's
they
all.
They nothing about it. Then we tell them about cutting the traffic on the bayfront in Great Harbor downtown. Just a sign, say one way. So
Yeah.
you only could go in one direction.
Simple things.
It cut the traffic 50%. Ain't take no heap of your $311 million. This
Yeah.
two signs, I could pay for the two.
4 representative. Well, 5. One is 5 representative. 1, we know he can't get nothing do. But we got 4 what can make a difference. How many of them are ministers? 2 is minister holding a portfolio. 1 is responsible for the subject that you're talking about. 1 is responsible for the money that you're talking about. And we can't get nothing done.
Jesus, Lord, I pray tonight you guide them ministers and politicians and district representatives to see what they have to do. Things that don't cost nothing. We tell them to go and sit down and talk to Mr. Roosevelt Smith, make an agreement about the port with the land of port of entry. Up to this day, they ain't sit down, they ain't talk to him. We ain't hearing nothing back. So these are the little things we could do to make things better. It ain't gonna cost that much money.
Well, Carla,
But I just have to say thanks for rooting for Sky and went to the bottom about this swim area.
Carla, stop it. I don't come just Van Dyke. I don't go Anegada. I don't go Virgin Gada. I don't enjoy the BVI like I a tourist. And I know what it's like. I've been run off the beach in Smuggler's Cove. I had a problem in Just Van Dyke. I know what it's like. I ain't talking because you saying it. I experienced it. And I myself spoke to the people who are responsible personally and begged them, do something, help the people them. And we're talking about people who vote. We're talking about people who vote, who they're going to be coming to in the next few months to preach to you about how aware they are of your situation. What you going to tell them when them come? Because that's another meeting.
All right, Sam. You take care, God. Me have a good night and enjoy the new year.
Thanks for checking in, Justin Dyke.
Yeah, Greg, and thanks for taking care of family.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Hey, let me tell you something. Justin, I got a few people that going to speak out. And ladies and gentlemen, you could take it how you want to take it. It's about protecting our people in this territory. If you ain't building this economy for your people, then you ain't building it for nothing.
You're starting to sound like Lindy Di Castro.
Oh, okay.
Good evening. You've reached Speak to Mind. Go right ahead, please.
Brother Sam.
Yes, sir. Talk to me, brother.
Your last caller.
Boy, them say we cutting off at 9 o'clock, so you just made the cut.
Okay, listen. No,
now. The boss that just called us now. That just
Oh,
called.
the last caller. Okay.
Yeah, I love him too. This is 2015, Sam. It's all about love. But that project, what we are talking about, right, with the project, that last caller can do that. It could be a community project, Sam. Come on now.
Which one? Which one of the projects?
Josh on that.
What?
Which one of the projects?
The one with the base distribution area.
Okay. The community could do it.
Easy, Sam. Easy. So I would say, Sam. Say again?
No, I'm listening.
Sam. I'm
Yeah, go
saying,
ahead.
Sam, right? That's something that he can arrange very easy. Sam, you know it too. So I'm saying, Sam. Sometimes you have to pay yourself, and something that he could do that, Sam. Hey, it's a plus to everything. It's everybody.
Okay, Carla, I want to hit you one. Wait, I gonna cut you off because I want to go point for point. There's got two people down here in Garden Bay. Two people down here in Garden Bay took the initiative to improve their surroundings, improve the quality of the service that they offering. They improve the structure of the building, and both persons who took the initiative. You know what happened? The government agencies, them who are responsible, came down and told one, well, you can't do that because you're infringing on the beach. You can't do that because the law said this. You can't do that because you didn't get permission. God, I hear what you're saying, you know. But you fully well know about the political ramification and the politics that play in these things. If people in Josephine Dyke were to go tomorrow to do what's necessary to protect themselves and protect the people that enjoy that beach, the government will come down on them, and you know it.
Well, of course, Sam. Of course, you can't. Sam, of course.
So then what you want them to do? So what do you want them to do?
You just walk along with the government, Sam.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, Carla. We're asking the government, hold on. Those people in Josephine Dyke are doing their part. One own a hotel, one own a restaurant, one own a beach bar. They ain't asking the government to build them hotel. They ain't asking the government to protect them, to build them restaurant. They're asking the government to protect the people that are coming and patronizing their businesses, so they in turn could hire people, employ people, pay taxes, pay whatever they need to pay, so the government could collect revenue, so the country could survive. They doing their part. They asking the government to do the part that they are responsible for. How can you call and tell me that the Minister for Natural Resources and Labor find it fit to give us a law? All of us were shocked to protect sharks and stingrays. And I agree. I totally agree, Carla. They need to be protected. But my God, I have to be pleading and begging and bawling to get the same representative, the same person, to go put a line to protect human life? That's what you telling me?
No, Sam.
So what are you telling me, Carla?
I'm saying that. All I'm saying to you is that.
Take your time. Take your time and
This particular
explain.
situation, Sam. This particular situation here. Again, it can be done by the people very easy, Sam. That's all I'm saying. Sam.
What can be done? Give me some ideas. What can they do
No,
without
we're
the
talking
government?
about the swimming area for White Bay Beach. I'm saying to you that this individual I called a while ago is very outspoken. He has all the contacts which you know. I know him well, you know him well. I'm saying to you, maybe in this one particular area, the government is not, moving and they're saying that they want to move. Then let's just go another way. The government can't be like ignorant, Sam. It's okay. There's a group just and they want to, do a community project and we'll shut it down. Come on now, Sam. So I'm saying this year, let's do a little more action and talking. That's what I'm saying this year. It's a new year, Sam, 2015.
Good.
If you want it, you are going to get it, boss. That's how it's easy,
Good. I appreciate that.
And get it.
I appreciate that. So here's what the caller just said. No more meetings. When you talk to the people who are responsible, because you're going to talk to them, we don't want no more meetings, we want action. That's what the community are asking for. Simple measures. Action, my brother. That's what we're asking for. Action to protect the tourists, to protect the locals, protect the business interests, to protect the territory. As a matter of fact, while we on that, you and I realize and should know and should recognize the same way we govern taxi business to make sure that we're equipped to be on the road, that we don't get in any accident, we don't put the country in a negative light. Just imagine if somebody go to Just Van Dyke, a boat coming from St. John, loaded like they do all the time, a tourist out there swimming, minding his own business, get cut up because somebody won't paying attention to somebody. You know the country could be liable?
Of course, of course.
So then the country should think about protecting itself. Because I'll tell you why. Hold on. You remember just recently, I don't know if you heard a story, that somebody said that they were advised that they can't put lifeguard in all the beaches because they could be held accountable if something happened on some of these beaches, especially when they're rough. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second, my friend. We can't put lifeguards on some of these beaches because first it'd be too expensive, and then when people get hurt, if somebody get hurt, it means that because you're providing the protection and the protection didn't protect the person from dying, you could be liable. Jesus, peace.
Okay.
Okay, Carla.
Okay,
you got the last 3 minutes. Give me a closing argument.
This 2015, we'll do more action and speaking, more talking. And it'll be the government and the government, and everybody jumping in. And these little projects that, in GVD that we're asking for, we could do it, and other people. So it's more togetherness, more love, and we'll move forward.
Nothing but love, my brother. Thanks a lot.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, man. Courtney, I do my 30 seconds close, and I'll let you do the rest.
All right, go
Ladies
ahead.
and gentlemen, thank you so much. 2015 is here. It is here. It's a talking season, an action season. I appreciate my brother. That's my classmate. We going to show a lot of love. I'm willing to step it up. I going to step it up. I going to volunteer for as many things as I can. I ain't running. Don't worry. I am not running. So I ain't stepping it up because I running to show a good face. I ain't got to do that. I don't need to run. I already running. I'm right here. I'm right here advocating. I'll continue to do it. I've been doing it for 3 years. I'll keep doing it for another 3 as long as God give me life. But my friends, where the government is responsible for the protection of human life, we going to hold them accountable. We don't want no more excuses. Same way you don't want excuses from people like me, I don't want hear no more excuses from the government. Government is there to help better my life, not me bettering the life of politicians. Like one security guard said to me the other day over by the cruise pier in front of the complex. Y'all are rude and disrespectful to the premier because you're stopping the premier from getting to work. We are here to make it more convenient for the premier. The premier ran on a portfolio that he gonna help better the country for all of us. Not so we could sit down and lay down for the premier. The premier should have been black. The deputy premier should have been black even more. Because they're the ones who are responsible for the situation. They know about it. They're smart people. If it was their business, they would find ways to rectify the problem. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next week.
Good evening. You're speaking mind. Go right ahead, please.
Yes, real quick.
You got 40 seconds.
Sam, you see again. Listen, man, stop saying that, you ain't running for this and you're running for that, because at the end of the day, it's all generation, yourself and myself and Courtney. Just step in now. So what you're doing here could be a platform for what is supposed to happen, greater things. So don't, I think if you step in, what you're doing now, if you do that great there, I'm not supposed to get in there, Sam. I know you're a coward, Sam. You're not a coward, so I think you should stop saying that, but you ain't doing that. If it's supposed to happen, let it happen, but.
God, if it's supposed to happen, it will happen. But I ain't running. I have no intention of running this term. Maybe next term. But right now, I believe in advocating. I like to advocate for people's rights. Because there's too much people who are being mistreated. There's too much people who don't have a voice. They're afraid to speak out. And I'm going to continue to do that. I've been doing that all my life. You know me from the time I was a little boy in high school. We played basketball together. I've never changed. And I plan to change. I might be wrong sometimes. I might be a little hot-headed sometimes. At the end of the day, I'm going to try to be as close as I can to being right. Courtney?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the texts that we didn't get to was Virgin Gorda, where they said that that they had a situation there, and there were 15 speed bumps were put up, and the road need fixing. So, I guess that's something that someone can look into with the power, to let us, these big potholes we have over here in Virgin Gorda. Last year we saw 15 speed bumps installed with the same asphalt that could have been used to patch some of those holes when they were smaller. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we had a wonderful show. We covered a lot of bases. We wish everybody a happy new year 2015. We talked a little bit about power outages. I wanted to get to the liquor license situation, but we're going to get back to that next week more than likely.
We'll hit that up next week.
Yeah, we also had a little challenge to get back some figures for the budget that were allocated to the various districts. So we're going to deal with that when we get around to that on the next show. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we had a wonderful show. We had a lot of texts and a lot of calls, and as I usually say this time, Sam, God bless these Virgin Islands and the people that live in them, and we'll see you again next week.